This is the Big T, Thandisizwe Tyson May, the wine lover. Um, I'm going to take you through just few steps, just simple, basic things when it comes to wine. But before I do that, I always prefer to open one bottle of wine before I talk. Okay, the first one is going to be the white wine, which is a quite interesting blend of Chenin Blanc, Chardonnay, Videro, and Viognier. That's quite interesting, but I'm not going to open white wine today. The second one is going to be a Shiraz 2020. That's very tempting. Just 1 second. Then the third one will be Sangiovese, Italian grape varietal. This one is made from Franschhoek, okay, Terra del Capo. So this is coming from Franschhoek. I'm not going to open that. I want a special occasion for that. Then I'm going to open Shiraz today. But before I go there, guys, I'm going to talk about wine today. But when it comes to the wine industry, we always have to know there will be these kind of three type of people. You found the sommeliers. So these are the guys you found in a restaurant. It's normally like a 5-star restaurant. So these guys are there to help you all the way in terms of enjoying your food with your wine. They will kind of look at the food that you're going to eat. They will look at the vintage, the producer. They always have something to recommend for you when you come to the restaurant. They just make it kind of your life easier, because the biggest mistake that we normally do when we go to the restaurant, we look at the wine menu, we choose the very lightest white wine, and then we look at the food menu and you choose the massive, richest steak. And then once you combine the two of those meals, that means you didn't do any justice for that white wine. So those guys are there to help you there. The second ones, it will be a lot more like, I'll say maybe winemakers that will fall in that category. Journalists will fall in that category. Wine writers will fall in that category. The reason why I call them, it's a wine connoisseurs. These are the people that want to know deep ins and out, which is from the grounds, from the cellar. So that means ins and outs, everything about wine, how it develops and stuff like that. So those are the wine connoisseurs. And then the third people will be people like me and you, which is just a wine lovers that enjoys everything that comes on the table. But the slightly bit more different about me, I'm also kind of a curious. I always want to know, where is the wine come from, which year is that, and how has it been made. So that's always just my curiosity. But today it's not going to be about that, but I'm just going to talk about the few tips that we need to know as a just consumer, or as just as a wine lover like me. There will be things like this when it comes to the wine. The name of the grape, which is quite easier for us in South Africa because it's a new world. We always mention in a bottle. It's not like the European, like a French wines, but we're just going to talk about that in a later stage. And then the year that's in a bottle, which is, we always call it a vintage, which is the year the wine was picked. So the one that you see here now is a Sangiovese. As I said, it's an Italian grape, and it's a red wine. And then there'll be 2019. So there'll be three different type of wines, guys. Now, it would be a white wine. It would be the rosé, which is kind of a pinkish color. Then there'll be red wine. Okay, so it always great to know what and when to drink what, like on a daily basis, because I always believe our lunches are normally lighter. I always prefer my white wines. Then or rosé, something crisp and refreshing, because it's nice and warm outside. Remember, South Africa is quite a hot country. It's nice and warm outside. I want something refreshing. So white wine and rosé would be great, or a nice light red wine. And then when it comes to my dinner, that's where I would go to the bold, deep style of wines. I do not mind to go maybe for wooded white wines, depending on what you're eating. If you're eating your steak, definitely I always prefer that. If you're eating your chicken or you enjoying your fish, a nice. And then, as you know, when it comes to the food, you always have a dessert. And also when it comes to wine, we do have a dessert wines, which is those are sweet wines. So those are the ones you normally enjoy at the end or with a certain type of food. Okay, so now my basic things like would be, as a person that enjoys wines, I'm going to take you through just steps, because I'm going to break these videos down bit by bit, because I don't want you to feel like left out, because a lot of people don't like wine because of that. They always feel like they are left out. No, that's just for wine connoisseurs. No, we are wine lovers. We are there to support the connoisseurs or the winemakers or the wine merchants. So that means we are very important in this. That's why I'm trying to make this as simple as much as I can. And so as I said, the name of the grape, it will be in a bottle. It tells you what wine is it, but it doesn't always determine the style of the wine. So it's say, for instance, if you're talking about the Merlot, it's one of the red grapes. So one person can make unwooded Merlot. One person can make it a bit more heavier. So that means we must try not to say, I don't like Merlot at all. So we must just give it a chance. For example, I'm here in Cape Town, in the Western Cape, so there's a lot of farms. If I go out there, I'm not going to say, I'm not tasting your Merlot because the next door Merlot was not good. So that means those are just one of the things that we need to understand. The reason why we do the tasting, we always want to find where's our palate sitting, because some wines are a bit more crisper, some wines are a lot more drier, some wines are a bit more medium style, some wines are fruitier, some wines are heavier, some wines are lighter. So we want to understand that. Okay, so that's why we do the wine tastings. But on my side, as I said, we are just consumers. We need to, okay guys, as I said, this is just an introduction. I'm going to do more videos, but I'm only going to do that if I see there's quite few people out there that loves wine like me, that want to know more, or I want to ask more questions about it, and then I'm going to do more videos. But as I said guys, this is just simple. It's a fermented juice. It's just that if you just have a wine without talking about it, that would be just a fermented juice. It's always best with a story behind it. So do not feel like when someone tells you the story behind it, this is just an art, guys. Remember to balance this whole thing. It's just another level. I always prefer to look at my color first. Beautiful. Ooh, a lot of red fruits characters that comes through there. Just taste. This is the best part. So please do guys, like or subscribe, follow me all the way, so that we understand this thing together. I'm here for that. Okay, big T.